Hello, Matujaman, you're watching Hornbill TV. Our guest today is a man who beautifully blends intellect, culture and charisma. Born and brought up in Talikaba village, Nagaland, with roots in Longchang village, he carries the rich heritage of both the Sumi and our communities with pride. By profession, he is a dedicated teacher at Livingstone Foundation International School in Dimapur, currently pursuing his PhD and also shaping young minds as a Sunday school teacher. Beyond academics, he leads as the president of the Blue Curves organization, the team behind the prestigious Nagaland exotic model hunt. His journey in pageantry is nothing short of inspiring, from being the runner-up at Mr. Teen Nagaland 2020 to becoming the first ever Mr. Mukokchung 2021 and earning the title of Global Model Northeast India 2021. And most recently, he brought laurels to Nagaland by winning the 15th edition of Gatsby Mega Mr. Northeast 2026 under Mega Entertainment, where he also clinched the Gatsby Style Icon title and the Mega Mr. Nagaland subtitle, standing out among 45 contestants as the only representative from Nagaland alongside co-winners from Assam and Manipur. With international representation on the horizon, his journey is just getting started. Please join me in welcoming Talikaba Longkumer. Hello Tali, thank you so much for joining me today. First of all, congratulations on your big win. It's I would say laurel to the state as well. So you brought laurel to the state, so congratulations on that. And thank you so much for joining me today. And how are you feeling?
First of all, thank you to the Hornbill TV for having me, and at the same time, sitting beside you is a privilege, you know. And thank you so much. Yeah.
Great. Let's say I'll give a gist about you to the viewers, right? But then they might not know much about you. So is there anything that you want to share or want the viewers to know about yourself? I've learned that you're also a teacher in Livingstone, but besides that, again, what are the things that you enjoy and just some things that you want the viewers to know?
Okay, actually, my name is Talikaba Longkumer, and I'm 27 years old. I've been into this pageantry field for almost 15 years. I started from 2010.
Right.
My cousin sister was Miss Dimapur 2010. So since then, my journey started.
Okay.
And then I had the passion to be in this field. At the same time, I also wanted to be an educator since my young age. So at the same time, I'm teaching in Livingstone Foundation International School as a political science teacher. And my grandmother, I was raised by my grandparents.
Right.
So my grandmother was a pastor, more like a reverend. So working under her, being under her, I started to, develop more of my spiritual belief and my personality, and that's how I started to work in church as well, caring for her legacy. Why? Because she passed away during the COVID. So I'm just managing all this together as one. So yeah.
See, when political science and now pageantry is totally opposite, right? So how did you get into that? Also, I want to know more about when did you start teaching? That also, that part of you also, I'd want to know.
Okay, so when it comes to me, I like to speak in front of people. I want to be a public speaker. I never fear of speaking in terms of truth. Like whenever there's any biasness or things that are going wrong in the society or family or with my friends as well, I always stood up and speak, So I always had that love for the politics. I wanted to compete in election, but I think that's a long way to go. So since class 12, I had this interest for political science. My sir was very good in politics. Whenever he come and teach us in this classroom, he don't only focus in the book, but he used to bring all this outside knowledge and teach.
Right.
So that's how my interest, it went on in political. So I went on to doing my UG, undergraduate college from Inti College, and then done my master's from Rabindranath Tagore University in Bhopal, and currently doing my PhD at the moment.
Right.
So yeah.
So how long have you been teaching?
It's been like 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
As your student, they know you as Sir, political science Sir, or do they know you as that Mr. Northeast title holder? How are they taking it in? Like how do they address you, and how are they taking it in?
Actually, they know that I'm into this field, and then they really want to tease me, okay? But I'm that kind of very strict teacher, and I'm strict. So when we are playing, they always tease me, saying, "Oh, model, Mr. Northeast," something like that. So I've been to Mr. Northeast last year. This was my second attempt where I won.
Right.
So when I went last year and I competed, I did not win. But still, my students, they were motivating me. You are the Mr. Northeast for us. You have to win this time. So they see me as a teacher, as a role model. At the same time, they were very proud of me when I won this title. And then when it comes to social media competition, these days social media competition is very strong. Before we even go to the competition, the competition already used to begin from social media. So we come to know who is the winner, who is not from social media. So it plays a very important role. So my students, they were the one who were motivating me the whole time So I think they see me more as a model than a teacher.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing though?
Yeah, I think it will be a good thing because when it comes to model, people has the perspective that, oh, it's only about walk.
True.
But it's not about walk, it's about your advocacy, how you carry yourself, how you
Right.
speak in front of others. Talking about our Naga society, they only think that, only girls are good in terms of beauty pageant, not the boys. But when it comes to me, I've been pursuing this industry. I've been to this industry for like nearly 15 years. And this was my last attempt. I want to give a tribute to my profession, that I want to end this with a winning title, giving a tribute to my pageantry field as well as Nagaland. So yeah.
So you mentioned that last year also you attempted to for Mr. Northeast, but you did not win.
Yeah.
What did you do? Like, what did you do to win this time? I mean, what is that extra effort that you put in, or can you just tell me about that? Like, how did the preparation go that you won this time?
Definitely. I think I was very, like taking it very lightly last year when I competed. And actually, I wanted to be in this field in Mega Entertainment, Mega Mr. Northeast. For like nearly 10 years, I was been preparing, but inside my head, okay, not my personality and all. So when I competed last year, my physical fitness was fine, but not at the level to compete with others.
Right.
When we see the contestants from Tripura, Manipur, they're very good in terms of physique, So at the same time, I was so experienced in terms of pageantry, but I don't know why I was so nervous that time. I was so nervous, and then I was not keeping God with me. First thing first, that's the main problem. So when I did not win last time, I was very upset. And then that very night when I did not win, I decided that I'll come back for the second time. This is the competition I've been living for almost 10 years to compete and to win. So the first preparation I did was, I started from the month of July. Our competition ended in the month of January. I started my preparation from July. First thing I did was I kept God with me. I surrendered God through the verse Proverbs 3:5-6. Do not lean on your understanding and surrender to Him. He will guide you. So that's what I did. I started my prayer and then I started to prepare. Gym was the first thing. Second thing was to search sponsorship for myself to make sure that I look presentable in terms of outfit as well, grooming as well. So every time I used to make my content very active. Be it any organization, they want their market to be known by people, right?
Sure.
On social media. So I made sure that I kept my content very active. From classes from 8 to 2. I have to go back home by 3, and then from 3:30 to 5, I go to gym again. I go home, wash up, and then I go for evening class from 6 to 8. Just imagine the kind of race I did not get the whole time. So I was preparing myself, and then I think that was the extra effort I did. But not forgetting, I kept God with me. That's why all my doors were open.
Yeah, it's so good to hear about that. That you are keeping God in the center as well. And see, you mentioned about grooming and all of this. I have interviewed a lot of people from the pageant industry also, but I've never interviewed a male. Like, you would be the first time. So I would say like it's me being ignorant, but I don't know much about that, right? When it comes to male beauty pageantry. So tell me about how did you get in also, like tell me about Mr. Northeast as a whole, like how does it go about, how do you enter, is it like, just run me through that.
Okay, so when it comes to Mr. Northeast, okay, first we'll start with that. It's a competition that has been going with a legacy of nearly 22 years.
Right.
They host for both Mega Miss Northeast and Mega Mr. Northeast. So Mega Mr. Northeast started from the year 2009. So since then their legacy started, and it's their 15th edition now. So I've been observing this competition for a very long time. Okay, there's so many competition in Northeast, so many competition, but people are not able to identify which one is the prestigious one. I will not say genuine or fake, but they are not able to identify which is the prestigious one. So I wanted to compete somewhere where it's very prestigious, very competitive. Just imagine when I went there and competed, I felt like I'm in Mr. World or Mr. Universe, because the contestants were so much in number. 45, 50 is not a joke. So it's a very prestigious competition. And then in 15 years, I think Nagaland won only once, including me, it will be twice. So I'm very grateful. I always wanted to represent my state somewhere in a competition where I can, bring name for the state. At the same time, I want people to know which competition is the prestigious one. People were commenting on YouTube, saying that, this competition is just like a minor competition, but they should know and study the organization as well, the legacy as well. This competition is so prestigious that the winner do not go to national level, they go directly to international level. So through this platform, I want to convey everyone that pageantry is not just about work, it's about advocacy. My advocacy is to make sure that I'm a good educator and influence people in terms of education, because today's generation education, I don't know why, but during my time it was very good, it's very strict and things go very systematic, but I feel like education is a little bit going on lightly in today's generation for the students as well. And I just want to be in this field, being the winner of Mega Mr. Northeast, at the same time being an educator to influence people in terms of education.
Right. So tell me more about that. You said it you straight up go to international level, right? So tell us more about that. And you have 3 winners, right?
Yeah, 3 winners.
So how would it go about it? In which pageant would you represent? Or tell us more about how does it go about?
Okay. Before they used to announce the representative on the stage itself.
Okay.
But nowadays they used to observe the contest, the winners, like which platform will be better for us. So as far as I know, the Mega Entertainment, they have the franchise of Mr. International, Mr. Continental World, and Mr. Eco International. So they will observe us for some few months. My co-winner are Karnajit from Manipur and Pappu Medi from Assam. So 3 of us are under observation on which contestant will go to which competition, or in case if we are not fit enough, we are not able to maintain ourselves, then we might not go as well. But I'm doing my best to make sure that I represent my country at the international level and give a tribute to my, this long-term profession, or I would say my passion.
Right. I'm pretty sure you'll do that. I mean, I'm very confident about that as well.
Thank you.
So, as you mentioned, you mentioned about you teaching, and then again your pageantry. Now it just started. I mean, it started long back, but now after winning, I'm pretty sure you had many engagements also, right? To go there and speak and all stuff. So how do you manage that? And how supportive has the school been when it comes to your this profession, like your pageantry profession? How supportive are they?
Actually, when it comes to my institute, I have mentioned earlier that my students are very supportive. Not forgetting the fact that our director, Memani Yatomi, she's been so supportive. She's like a mother to me. So whenever there's any problem, I approach to her, and then she was the one who supported me in the journey when it comes to our institute as a whole. Our competition, we had to reach the location, the Guwahati venue, by date 6. So we were about to make the content by January itself, the whole month. So my students, they were having the board practical class 12. The practical was on date 20, and then our activities started by date 15. So these 5 days I somehow managed, and then I did my activities, and then but from 21 the real activity started, social media activity. So I told ma'am that, ma'am, this will be my last class. I will not be able to come after the practical, and then I want a leave for 16 days. So ma'am was like, wow, that's what wow, okay. But I wish you the best, and I hope you win and come. That's what she conveyed. And right after winning, they did a very good welcome to me in the school. And then right after the program was over, I told ma'am that, ma'am, I have so many engagements. How do I do? So she was like, yeah, it's okay. You can come after the this session is over. Our new session starts by April. So she was like, okay, you can come after the new session. Like once the new session starts, you can just take your time, finish it, because now you have become a celebrity. That's what she told me.
So how is your celebrity life going?
Like, actually it's like this, not actually celebrity, but whenever I post any content on social media has become very strong at the moment, especially when it comes to my dashboard. It is nearly reached millions. So whenever I post any content, I get so many comments. I get so many comments, like 200, 300 comments. I cannot reply. So I used to, I just sit on my bed and I used to pray to God, saying that, God, all these are because of you. Even though I'm being recognized by so many people, make sure that I'm very humble, and if I'm making any mistake, make sure that you are taking me to the right path. That's what I pray. And then I just sleep. I don't reply again. Why? Because it's too much for me. But it does not mean that I'm not reading their comments. I'm reading each and every of their comments. I'm so thankful to all my, I will not even say followers, but all my well-wishers. I'm thanking them so much. So yeah, not celebrity life, but I'm very humble.
Yeah. And that's how you should be. I mean, of course, it's a test when people know you, when people talk about you. Of course, it becomes it comes as a test. But at the end of the day, being humble is, that's a challenge, right? So being humble is the only way. And see, I would want to take you down to that day when you won the title of Mr. Northeast. So just how did it feel? Just let me know about that. Like, how was the feeling like, and how did it go, and how was the competition as a whole?
The competition as a whole was tough as always. Even last year it was very tough. But last year I went till top 12 and I was not called out in top 5. So there was something very nerve-wracking because I was called out in top 12 again. So I was recalling my last year, whatever it went on.
Right.
So I was very scared of the top 12, and then we were shirtless with a denim band, and then like upper part it was nothing. So when I look at other contestants, they were so good, everybody. Mine was also not horrible, but at least fine.
Mine was not horrible. Chalta hai.
Why? Because last year it was horrible. So, so I was just looking at others, and I was just saying to myself that God, I made this far. You cannot let me go down this time. And then when I look at my audience, it was full. Just imagine like 50 of them came from Nagaland.
Right.
I was so grateful. My family, my team members, my queens under my organization, my students, they were all cheering. They were not cheering, they were with the phone like this, they were recording. You know, like they were so sure that I'll be coming in top 5. But deep inside me, I know the pressure I'm going through. So when I was called in top 5, I think somewhere or the other I came to know I'm gonna make it in top 3. So right after the Q&A round, like the first winner was announced. It was Papumiti from Assam. Second was from Manipur, Karnajit. So 3 of us were on the stage. Our CEO, our proprietor, our chairman, he told all the 3 contestants to come down. So when I came down, when I look at 2 of the other contestants, one was from Assam and one was from Tripura. Okay, so when I look at them, I was a little bit nervous again. I was doubting myself. Why? Because that Tripura contestant came for the 4th time.
Right. Oh my God.
So I thought like, I'm for the 2nd time, he's for the 4th time. And then he's taller than me. Very good looking, handsome. Looking at the Assam candidate
You
again.
must have been intimidated, no?
Yeah, that's what. So all of us, we hold our hand, and then we were just expecting who will win. Like even they were looking at me, I was looking at them. But what can we even do? All of us wants to win. But I was very nervous because the Tripura guy was making his 4th attempt. So I thought that he might win. But when my name was announced, I wanted to cry. I was so shocked. I was so blessed. I was like, thank you God. That's the first word I said. And then when I look at my family was crying. So I was like, no, I cannot cry. So I was just enjoying the moment. And yeah, that was the best moment of my life because that was a dream I had for.
But that would be tears of happiness. It's okay. Sometimes you can also cry.
The reason I did not cry is because of my students. They'll teach me.
It's okay. Your students should also know after seeing you, they should know that it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes, right? To cry whenever, like, it's just happy tears. It's okay to cry even if you're sad. Like, you have mentioned earlier about how you became a Sunday school teacher also because of your grandmother, you mentioned. Tell us more about that. When did you start? And just tell me about the Sunday school, being a Sunday school teacher also. How does it go about?
Actually, Sunday school is that one platform which changed my entire life. Okay,
I want to know, is it Sunday school teacher for Ao or your Ao and Sema mix, right?
Yes, Ao and Sema mix.
So which one, Ao or Sema?
Nagamis.
Nagamis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nagamis church. So before I was so, like very rough kind of person with a personality. I don't give a break in my mouth. But when I started to work in Sunday school, my patience level, it increased. And then I was a very strict teacher back then. Before I was teaching at Trinity School in Taiko, a small school, then I was very strict. I was not a Sunday school teacher at that time. Very strict, I was so brutal. But when I started to work in Sunday school, like my patience level increased. And then even if I'm going to get angry, I make sure that I'm, keeping myself very calm in the class as well, in school as well. But when I burst out, I used to burst out. But that used to be just once in a blue moon. But before, it was very brutal when it comes to my anger issue. So I came closer to God. Sometimes I used to fail in whatever I do. But I realized that I'm working in such an area where I'm like grounded. I have to pray, and that's what I do every time whenever I'm failing. So I think that's the part which have really changed my life and evolved my life, and it's all because of my granny. She was working there for almost like 20 to 30 years. So I thought that I'll take up the legacy, and then I started actually I gave the resignation this year. Why? Because I was not able to manage. Like multitasking was very difficult. But at the same time, the church members, they were also very happy. They could understand my problem. Nevertheless, I'm going to continue working for the church, but the profession I thought like keeping aside as of now.
And your Sunday school students as well as your students in school, now as you say, when it comes to pageantry, of course, we think that it's all about for ladies, right? And then for male contesting and pageantry like that, it's I wouldn't say it's new, but it's something that we're trying to get accustomed to also, right? So your students also, are they inspired by you? Do they say that, okay sir, I'll also, now that I see you winning and participating in all this, do they draw inspirations from you? Or what do they say about that?
I've never heard them saying this to me, okay. But when it comes to freshers competition, I used to groom many colleges. I've groomed. They used to call me for grooming, and then my students as well. So when it comes to my school, we had this freshers program, okay. And then the students, they're so reluctant, especially the boys. They thought it's just about ramp walk.
Yeah.
But later on, they learned the first thing is discipline. Second comes the attitude. Third comes on how they are gonna communicate. So slowly by slowly, they're very thankful to me at the end after the program. So I used to tell some of my students that I'm going to send you for Mr. Norris next year. So they just laugh and like I think they have got the inspiration from me, but I don't think they will go into this field as now because they are just a student at the moment.
Right. I'm pretty sure they'll be inspired by you, and then you will have many more Mr. Naughties. Some of your students will be hoping for that.
Hope so.
And, you're also the first Mr. Mokokchung, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
so
yes.
which year was this, and how old were you? And tell me about that also. How did you get into Mr. Mokokchung?
It was in the year 2021.
All right.
So it was so sudden, okay. Like the last date of calling was on Saturday.
Right.
And then I saw the advertisement on Thursday. So when I just went through on social media, I saw that one, and then I was facing a financial problem. Why? Because my granny passed away that year, and I had to pay my college fees as well. So I was struggling at that time. So when I just went through, I saw the advertisement, I saw the cash prize, so I thought of giving it a try. I was very new to Mukchong. I went for the first time. I had no family, no relatives. So when I called the organizer, they told me that, oh, you will get a wildcard entry. You have to report on Saturday. So I got advertisement on Thursday. I called them on Friday, and I had to report on Saturday. Just imagine, just a day for preparation.
Right.
So many requirements on what to bring, what not to bring. My financial status was low, but nevertheless, I managed some way or the other. So on Friday night before I departed for Mukchong, I prayed that night. I prayed to God that if you have this area for me, or if you want me to participate in this competition, I want you to show me a sign tonight while I'm sleeping. So when I was sleeping, I just saw a dream. I saw a beautiful hilly view of Mokchong. So I thought that, oh, I think this is a sign, I need to go and give it a try. So I departed the next day, and then when I went there, the competition was really tough again. Like Mokchong people are very fashionable, okay? Like, and then I just wear very simple clothes, but being very humble and grounded at the same time. So as the competition was getting closer, I was always praying. I was in a hotel room, I was praying over and over. So that night, the audience was very full. It was full of the audience. And then every of the contestants, they had their supporters who will come from Dimapur to Mukchong. It's a one-day journey for me. So, but I was still very confident. I know that I'm going to do it because God is with me. So when my name was announced as the winner, first ever Mr. Mukchong, I was just, like about to cry. And then when I just look at the audience, right in front of me, my auntie and uncle was there. They came all the way from Dimapur. So whenever I recall that moment, I still feel very emotional. Right now also I'm very emotional because they have this office work. They don't get leave, my auntie and uncle. They came all the way from Newland along with their daughter and son. And then my auntie was crying the whole time when he was looking at me. And I was so shocked at the same time because they came all the way from Dimapur. And then it seems my auntie was searching where is uncle and all. But it seems my uncle was right in front of me with the camera to record. So I was so cheerful. At the same time, I was so grateful to them. So it was a very memorable journey. So the cash prize which I got from that competition, I went and paid my college fee. So
it's actually making me also very emotional, and it's actually quite inspiring. I can see that whatever it is, you set your goal on something, and I can see that you do everything that you can to get that. So you're very focused and very determined to do that. So that's quite inspiring, and I'm learning a lot from you actually here. And see. You were among 45 participants, you were the only one from Nagaland when it comes to Mr. Naughties, right? So, did you feel burdened that now I'm representing Nagaland, I'm going there representing a state as a whole? So, what was the feeling like? Did it burden you? Did you feel burdened, or did it just boost your energy that I'm the only one from Nagaland? So, how was the feeling like?
Besides being burdened, I was also very pressured. At the same time, I was very nervous, to be honest, because I'm the only representative. I've been there last year. I know the kind of groupism we used to have. Naga, we are Manipuri. We used to have this groupism somewhere or the other. So when I went there, I had no friends to contact. So I was staying in a hotel. I did not want to stay in a dorm. Why? Because I was alone. At the same time, I did not want to feel lonely. And then there were so many. I think there was 16 or 15 contestants from Manipur. Yeah. So and then I think the second highest was Sikkim, around 8 to 9.
Right, right.
So every of the state has this number of contestants. I was the only one. So some like that night, the competition was gonna start the next day. That night when I slept, I said to myself that I know I'm the only one from Nagaland, but my target is straight to win the title.
Right,
At the same time, I kept boosting myself that Nagamana se, we are from the
Did
headhunter
Moko
state.
Koza song play in your
Yeah, Nagamanu. So I said to myself that we are from this headhunter state, and then we have been into this world war. We have faced everything in our life as a Naga, our forefathers. So as a Naga, I'm going to give a very tough competition to everyone.
Right.
So whenever there used to be a grooming session, I was very bold, very confident whenever I walk, whenever I talk. So some people were very kind-hearted. They used to come and tell me that, Talikaba, can I tell you something? So I tell them, yeah, go on. You know what, like you're the only one Naga, but it's more like ek Naga sabke bhari, sabke bhari.
Yeah,
So
sabke
there's
bhari. That's a very good compliment though. And something I would want to know when it comes to beauty pageants, you have a beauty with a purpose or something that you advocate for, right? So what was it about, I mean, how was it in Mr. Northeast also? Was there any, issues or anything that you would advocate about, or how did it go about?
Actually, we had no advocacy like that, but it was our will if we wanted to do.
Right.
So what I did was I did a kindness project. I passed out my high school from Modern High School in Newland.
Okay.
So my principal is teaching in Kotkoti Assam right now. So what I did was I went to him, I met him. Maybe after so many years, he was so happy. He's still ever young. So when I visited his school, the school was not so good, not so in a good condition. So what I did was I took some sports equipments, and then I took some gift for the teachers. At the same time, whatever I can provide for the students, something or the other, like pencil, rubber, books and all. I took all this and I went and visited the school as a kindness project, not forgetting to take his blessing. So I think everything paid off for me.
So after, now that you're going to represent India all in international
Hopefully.
platform, I'm sure you'll do it. So if that comes, then what would your advocacy be?
My advocacy will be on gender equality. That's something which I've been focusing for a very long time, but I had to change my priorities because of Mega Mr. Norris again to change my advocacy. But gender equality is something which I want to take to the rest of the world, to let people know that even women can do something. Because I was raised by my grandparents, but mostly by my grandmother, my mom who passed away, and then my auntie, both my aunties. So they were the one who raised me up. I'm here, it's because of them today. So I want to let people know that women can do so many things in life. When it comes to equality, they are not asking for equal strength or equal opportunities, but equal treatment. That's what they are asking for. So that's what I want to advocate to the world if I represent India.
I totally support you on that. Now again, coming back to another topic. Now you are the president of the Blue Curves organization, right? Which hosts Mr. Nagaland Exotic Model Hunt. So tell us about the organization and what is the core mission? How did it start? Tell me more about that also.
It actually started in the year 2016. It was a group of friends we started, but we could not continue for a long while because one of our main members, she passed away. She was also a model. Her name was Livikali. So both of us were very close. So after organizing, we stopped from there.
Right.
But I thought that it should go on, it must go on. That's why I started from the year 2020 again. So I think we are in our season 7. We are going to organize season 7 this year. Whenever the winner they win, we send them to Miss Grand, and then we send them to Mega Miss Northeast. I make sure that I check all these prestigious competitions and not to every opportunities I get. So when it comes to my organization, my core values to make sure that the girls in our society, many of them they are mocked, by the society, not to go for beauty pageant and all. But I make sure that I encourage them to join my field. That's why we take collaboration from all the colleges, many of the colleges, and then we bring direct entry of the girls in our show, and then we let them compete one another. I do more like a college competition. Say for example, Eastern Christian College, that's a college. I let them compete one another, Miss Fresher, and then the best one wins. So that's what I do. And then they go on to represent Nagaland either in Mega Miss Northeast or Miss Grand Nagaland. Why Mega Miss Northeast is because in 22 years, Nagaland has never won Mega Miss Northeast. So I'm pushing the girls. This year, even one of my representative winner of Nagaland Exotic Season 6, she went along with me. We competed together. So she went to top 5, just one step away to win the title.
Right. So I can see that you have been interested in the pageantry world, I mean the pageant industry for a very, very long time, and you have been also contributing, right? It's been quite some time.
Yeah.
The more I talk to you, the more I get to know that how interested you are in this field. So again, see, when like as an organization, the Blue Curves organization, after you whatever the pageant is, the Mr. Nagaland Exotic Model Hunt. After that, how far do you go to support those participants? I mean, do you guys give like grooming sessions or things like that, or how far do you help them in their journey?
When it comes to organization, we are always at the back of our queens.
Yeah.
I've observed many organizations, they are not there for the queens till the end. But when it comes to me, we cannot do everything for them, but at least we cover 60% for them.
Right.
And 40% they do it. I think Evelina and Pangmai was here with you for interview.
Right.
So when they went for Miss Grand, I think I was so pressurized, I was so traumatized at the same time because I have to take up the expense for 2 queens. And then both of them got selected. So from their national costume to gown to flight, everything was done by us. So that's how we support our queens. We don't just leave them.
So how do you, I mean, if it's not too much to ask, how do you get in all this, the money, the finances, how do you arrange that? I mean, I would want to know actually, maybe I might sound blunt, but yeah, I would want to know how do organizations as such also, how do you source that?
Actually, I'm a very shy guy when it comes to asking for sponsorship and all. So I used to approach the sponsor 1-2 times, and if they don't agree, I just don't approach again.
Right.
That's my personality that I carry within myself. So the sponsors, like who does as a head sponsor in our show, they used to give us some few amount, and then with that we do our show. At the same time, we save that money. And if it's not possible, like in terms of finance from the sponsor, I do it from my pocket, from the salary I get from the school. So that's how I do. But to ask people, it's something very embarrassing for me, because when I went for Mega Mr. Northeast, even a few thousands, I approached many people, my well-wisher, who always support me for a very long time. They know my journey, but they did not come forward to help me. So it became a little bit embarrassing for me to ask money to others. So I do it for my own. I help my queens for my own, and I do my expenditure for my own. That's what I do.
But it's good to see how far you're going to support others also. Now, with your platform now bigger, being Mr. Northeast, now how do you plan to use your titles to push the work of the Blue Curves organization also? What is your plan?
My first plan was to make sure that people know about the organization. That's why I entered in a competition which is very competitive, to make sure that people know about the competition, the title, and who is the president. So when it comes to my organization, it's very difficult to get sponsors. At the same time, somewhere or the other, we also, like fail to satisfy the need of these queens whenever they are participating in our competition. And then, but we make sure that we are keeping them very well. We are making sure that the queens are treated well by our organization. So sponsorship is the main problem that we used to face. So through this title of mine, I want to boost my organization in letting the people know that this title is not only for myself, it's for the people in my state, the young girls who wants to pursue modeling in this career in the field of pageantry. That's why I have organized this competition every year. That's why I am running this organization. Or else I would have left long back, why would I spend my money? Like almost 27, like in few years I have to get married. I have to save money for my wife, for my children. I have to think of it, but I'm spending in this organization.
Right.
So there's a motive. So through this title, I hope I can boost my organization as well, and people come to know more.
That's a huge plan actually now. Again, to young boys and girls from before that, there's also other national pageants for for men, right? So did you ever plan on competing there also, like Mr. India or Mr. International? There are other few, right? So if you have the chance to, would you? Are you prepared to?
For international?
Yeah, like for national also.
For national, actually, Mega Mr. Northeast was my long-term target. I'm someone who is very straight in my target.
Right.
I don't go here and there. So last year when I did not win Mega Mr. Northeast, there were so many organizations from national platform who invited me as a direct entry to their competition to be a part of it, but I declined. Why? Because my target was not that. So it was only Mega Mr. Notice, Mega Mr. Notice.
Right.
So I came for the second time and I won. So in case if they send me to any competition under the organization, I'll do it, but not individually.
Okay. So, now, may I know when is the international pageant? You mentioned there will be 3, and then one of you will go. One of them. So when will it be?
I think Continental World will be this year, and International and Eco will be next year.
So how are you preparing for that also? Must be, I mean, Mr. Notice itself was, as you said, was very competitive. Right now it will be on another level.
Yeah.
So how is the preparation going, and are you prepared mentally, physically, emotionally prepared?
Mentally I'm prepared, but not physically, emotionally.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, how much more would you prepare physically now?
Yeah, I have to go to the gym, I think twice a day. Actually, I was on a full diet. My coach was very strict, and then right after I won, I'm only eating anything every day. Okay, when I was about to come for interview this morning, I just looked at my face in the mirror. I was like, I became very chubby. I need to look good in front of you, especially. So I'm just preparing mentally. I think I'll start my gym by next month. I told my coach that, Amu, like I call him, Amu, I'm gonna come tomorrow. But it's been like 4 days tomorrow. So I am not going, even he's not calling because he knows me well, I'm eating.
So you're having a cheat day every day, no?
Yeah, every day.
Every day. So okay, it was, I think we have talked about a lot. I think we're coming to the end of this conversation. Is there anything you'd want to share to the viewers, and also maybe some word of inspiration to the young girls and young boys of Nagaland who want to join the pageant industry, or anything as such, or just anything that you'd want to share to our viewers?
To all the people out there who are watching, I want to thank each and every one of you for your support. Apna support nukuren no like she. When I went for this competition, I was the only one from Nagaland, and I got to see so many supporters from every corner of the district supporting me. I want to thank you all so much. This title was not only for me, it was for the whole state of Nagaland. And when it comes to my competition, Mr. Notice, there were so many people that did not turn up to help me, but I'm so grateful because I think God has kept them for a better place for me for international maybe. So at the same time, when it comes to international, we are not announced who will participate for which competition, but hopefully I also get the opportunity to represent our country, our state as a whole for international. In case if I get the opportunity to represent my state, my country, I'm sure that everyone will come together to help me when it comes to physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially as well, because when it comes to international, it talks about everything's about money. So I hope the government as well turn up to assist me for this, because when it comes to international, it's a very big platform. I'm not only representing my country, but I'm going to represent my culture, my traditions as a whole. So it will be very difficult for me in case if I don't get any assistance from the government, but I'm sure everyone will understand my position. At the same time, you'll support me the way you have supported me in Mega Mr. Notice. So that's what I want to say. And then at the end, I want to conclude my the interview. I would like to thank Miss Atu. Thank you so much for the interview. It was an honor, grateful for me to be here, especially looking at you in real life again. Lastly, I want to end my speech with a verse, Proverbs 22:4. I always say this to myself: if we fear Lord, it's written in the Bible, if we fear Lord, the wealth, the honor, at the same time the life will come. So I think I'm being honored by God at the moment, and then I'm just waiting for His wealth and life. And for this, we have to be very humble in life. We have to be humble. We should not say to ourselves that, we are rich, or we have lots of money, we are very good looking, but to be humble is something which will take you forward. So yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Tali. I'm sure that the viewers and also the well-wishers would come forward and support you in your journey, and you'll get the love and support as well. And it was a pleasure talking to you, and I've learned a lot from you. Congratulations, first of all, and I hope the next time I get to interview you would be after you win that international title. So I'm very hopeful, and we'll be rooting for you. So thank you so much once again. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Right, viewer, that's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.